When you look at the big three, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, I think it's easy to see that Bleach is the last one. The order should be One Piece, Naruto, and then Bleach. Bleach being the weakest one out of the three. They're all great anime, but if you look at them objectively, I think that when you compare them, you'll see that Bleach is the weakest one. It doesn't mean that it's not a good anime, it just means that compared to Naruto and One Piece, it's not as good. And I'll tell you why. But first, my name is Brian, the Casual Brian, and this is Brian Casually Explains, a series where I go into more depth and detail about some of the more popular subjects in my shorts. A frequent comment that I get in my shorts is that, Brian, you didn't really explain yourself. Well, the object of this series is to do just that. Shorts are just that. They're very short and I don't always have time to make my points. So in this video, I want to go into more depth and detail in a more casual way. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So to say that Bleach is the worst in the big three, I feel like that right away just gets people pissed and nobody even wants to hear what I got to say. And I get it, man, because whenever you hear the worst, you just automatically start thinking negative, or people automatically assume I don't like Bleach. And that is not the case at all. That is 100% not the case. I actually love Bleach. I really like Bleach. In fact, my favorite character in anime, all of anime, comes from Bleach. Urahara Kisuke. Nobody is cooler, smarter, doper, has a better character design, just a better character than Urahara Kisuke. He is quite literally the perfect character. That being said, I do think that it's easy to see that Bleach is not as good as the other. Now, I used to think that Naruto's a funny anime because I used to think Naruto was close to One Piece. And I also used to think that Naruto and Bleach were pretty close. But actually, over time, the more time that I've had to just really think about the impact of those anime, the stories, they're not close. They're not close. Now, if somebody likes Bleach over Naruto, I don't feel any kind of way about that. I do think that I can understand how people can feel that way, how they could like Bleach. But here are some of the reasons why I feel like Bleach is the last in the big three. First of all, the MC. Ichigo, to me, is the worst MC out of the big three. Luffy being my favorite, and Naruto being in the middle, obviously. But the reason why I don't like Ichigo is that he doesn't really have anything he's working towards. Everything that happens for Ichigo is all reactionary. He's only responding to things happening in his life. Now, some people might not have a problem with that. Some people might think that that's totally fine and that totally works for them as an MC who loves to defend his friends and his family, and they find that to be noble. I think it's noble, but I think it's boring. And I'm not going to be drawn into a character like that, you know? And Ichigo, he has no greater aspiration. I feel like you can do both. You can want to defend your family and your friends, and you can want to protect. At the same time, you can also want to be something. What is it that Ichigo wants to be? He only wanted to get enough power to save whoever he needed to save. Also, that brings me to another thing that I didn't love about Bleach. I found that while all anime, especially shonen anime, is slightly formulaic, you know, there's kind of like a template that they go by. Dragon Ball Z being one of the worst examples of this. Goku is strong. Somebody comes that's stronger, beats Goku. Goku needs to get stronger than that guy. He does. They fight. Goku wins, or the Z fighters win. Now there's peace. Everyone's having fun and everyone's fat and peaceful. And then rinse and repeat. Bleach did this too. And it was kind of at a point where it was like almost too identical. You know what I mean? So like Ichigo gets his powers. He discovers his powers. And then Byakuya comes and takes Rukia back. And now they got to go save Rukia. And then Ichigo has to go through a process to get stronger. He thinks he's stronger, but he's not strong enough. Then he gets strong enough. And then he overcomes. They save Rukia. Rinse and repeat. Now it's Orihime. You know? And he gets stronger, but he's not strong enough. And then he gets strong enough. And then he saves the day. That's boring to me. I don't know why it's crazy for people to say. Now, look, I say it's boring. And that's being critical. I still enjoyed the Soul Society arc, the Hueco Mundo arc. But you know what I mean? If I'm saying comparatively. And I think that that's important too. Everything that I'm saying is in comparison to One Piece and Naruto. It's not just by itself. I'm not giving it a standalone critique. This is in comparison to One Piece and Naruto. I think that they mixed it up. I mean, definitely, if you look at the story of One Piece, they definitely mixed it up. I mean, it's all over the place. They even split their ensemble up, which is crazy to me. You know, to think about during Whole Cake, they were completely separated. And there was just characters that we didn't even see for, I think, a little over a year, if not 2 years. I can't remember exactly how long Whole Cake was, but that's a long time to not see Zoro, Usopp, Frankie, Robin. I mean, geez, you know? Could you imagine if Bleach tried to do that? No, because they don't have their cast is not that strong. The thing about One Piece that makes it the anime that I love and my favorite anime is that you feel for those characters. You know, I feel for each of the Straw Hats and their backstories, man. When they drop their backstories, it's nothing like that in Bleach. You know, I would say Bleach is the least impactful when it comes to like emotional attachment to characters. I just, you know, you're just kind of left with the feeling that Bleach characters are cool and they're powerful, and it's dope to watch their, you know, their bankais and their shikais and watch the release of their swords, and you know that's cool. The character designs are definitely dope. I definitely love Kubo's art style, but I just find that I'm not connected. I'm not rooting for anyone. Slightly, I mean, mostly for Ichigo. I love Grimjaw. I thought Grimjaw was cool, but I'm not really rooting for anybody. I mean, I'm watching and enjoying. You know, so the world, and then if you compare the world building, I think that goes into world building. There is no world building in Bleach. You know, there's just Soul Society, which we don't really know a lot about. Then Hueco Mundo, it's just a giant desert, and then we're in the fortress. You know, it's not the most in-depth and fun places, you know. But again, this is in comparison to Naruto and One Piece. And I think that in this way, the animes still stack up. One Piece, then Naruto, then Bleach. The only thing that I would give Bleach over One Piece, and this is even questionable itself, is the fights. I think where Bleach excels is in its fights. They have amazing fights, sequences. The powers are cool, great. Some great speeches that came out, some great quotes that came out of Bleach. You know, the quote that Urohara Kisuke gave Ichigo. I'm just gonna say Kisuke instead of the whole name. It's too much to say the whole name. But the speech that Kisuke gave Ichigo about fear. Oh my gosh! Still to this day, I'll just rewatch that clip because it's so good and it's so true. So there's a lot of good things that Bleach has. You know, it's not to say that Bleach doesn't have dope elements to it. I just think that the MC is not as good as the other two. I think the cast is not as good. You're not as emotionally attached to the cast or the plot. You know, you don't really, I didn't really find myself caring. I just found myself kind of passively enjoying the cool fights. That's kind of what it felt like. You know, it was giving more Dragon Ball Z than an actual story. And I don't know if that's necessarily because Ichigo didn't have an overarching goal similar to Goku. There's a, you know, as I'm sitting here talking about it, there's a lot more similarities to Bleach and Dragon Ball Z than I realized before. And I think that that's why also people are so upset when you say that like Bleach is the last in the big three. But it is. It is. I mean, it's clearly. There's only the only possible thing you can look to is that maybe the universe is stronger. I think that's debatable. The fights are better. Again, that's debatable, but I'm okay with that. I have no problem with anyone that says that the fights in Bleach are the best in the big three. I think that the fights in One Piece are starting to get very, very cool, very fun. Naruto fights are great, obviously. I think it got a little wacky as they got past when Naruto took control of the Nine Fox chakra. You know, it just got too much about like powering up. And I think that I like the One Piece approach to it, kind of understanding the power and what makes it stronger and its application. I think that that's more of a good way to go at it. But, you know, in all my videos, I want everyone to always remember, this is for me. This is for Brian. This isn't dogma. This isn't law. These aren't facts. These are just my opinions. And this is why I have these opinions. You know, I still make these shorts. I drop shorts every single day. And people would always be like, well, you didn't explain yourself. I'm like, hey, it's a short. You know what I mean? Like, the purpose of a short is not necessarily to drop a bullet point video giving your explanation. I mean, you can do it, but no one's probably going to see it. So I'm really happy about this series because it's given me an opportunity to go into more detail about why I feel the way I do. And I think that's going to help. I don't know. Hopefully people will enjoy these because, you know, they're long and they take a minute to do. But yeah, so I just think that when you look at some of those elements, and I think also the impact that anime had, you know, I mean, it's hard to kind of separate the impact of the big three because I think that they helped each other also, you know, like having kind of the squad. I mean, because a lot of people don't realize because they're young, the impact that the big three had, you know, where we are right now in the world. And when I say the world, I mean the world's reception of anime is because of the big three. The big three literally made watching anime cool. That's why you see celebrities, fighters, just all kinds of people, all different walks of life, just getting into anime because it's cool. Anime has great stories. And I'm loving some of the diversity that we're seeing, but that's all because of the big three. So it's kind of hard sometimes to separate the impact. You know, I saw a clip the other day talking about which anime was most impactful. And I'm like, I don't know if Naruto by itself is as impactful without One Piece and Bleach. They kind of went hand in hand and they helped each other because, you know, anime, just like music, just like anything, just like art, speaks to different people in different ways. And so having Bleach, having One Piece, having Naruto, each of those animes were able to speak to different people in different ways, and it helped the overall anime fan base to grow. So it's hard to kind of say which anime had more impact. For me personally, I was a huge Naruto fan. And then I don't know. I think One Piece just is so good because the story, you know, I think the story of One Piece is just so good. Not that Naruto's story isn't good. I think One Piece is better. And you can easily say that it's better. And both stories, One Piece and Naruto, are in a different world from the story of Bleach, which isn't really much of a story other than someone was kidnapped. I need to get stronger to go save them. That's it. That's all there is, really. Now, you know, Aizen did try to drop a backstory, but it just felt a little forced. And then those of you who haven't seen the 1,000-Year Blood War, I think that's how you say it, they put some stuff in there that I felt like, okay. But you're kind of still doing the same thing, you know? So, again, all three anime, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, are great anime. I don't think any of them are below an 8 out of 10. But comparatively, the order should be One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, with Bleach being the worst because of the reasons that I just explained. Those are just my thoughts. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. And I just hope that you will continue to watch. If you have any other shorts that you would like me to do an in-depth video on, let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And be sure to check out this video where I do the same thing as I'm doing now. I go into more detail, videos or ideas or concepts that I've talked about in my shorts. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you have a great day. Peace.